Hi there, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the TOEFL online course, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And these comments are for Saba. And you made, you recorded 2 different speaking or pronunciation practice tests and also a independent speaking practice test. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to all 3 of these exercises in this particular video. And if I remember correctly, with lesson number 10, this is going to be tough. This is very, very tough for many students. You're focusing, it looks like, on the E, I, E, I. These are 2 different vowel sounds. Many languages do not have the I, they have the E, but there is a difference between these. So first of all, let's go ahead and get warmed up. Saba, I want you to go ahead and practice these pairs of words with me. Remember that in the first column we have the E, and the second column we have I. Number 1, meet, mit. Peat, pit. Leap, lip. Seat, sit. Heat, hit. Cheap, chip. Eat, it. Teen, tin. Dean, din. Bean, bin. All right, now let's go to the exercise that you're doing here. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one here. Let me see. Okay, hold on. I think I'm at the wrong lesson here. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay, so let's listen to your response to the sentence readings of 1 through 5.
1. The success of cold reading lies in the sitter embellishing selected statements from the reading with details that make the generalizations appear more accurate than they are. 2.
Now let's work on this one more time. Okay, read this sentence with me. The success of cold reading lies in the sitter embellishing selected statements from the reading with details that make the generalizations appear more accurate than they are. Right, 2.
Both children played the keyboard, but Wolfgang became a violin virtuoso as well.
So, violin virtuoso. Violin virtuoso.
3. The sun has been fusing hydrogen into helium and hence providing us with its radiant energy for 4.5 billion years and is expected to continue to do so for another 3 to 4 billion years more.
Okay, let's read this sentence again together. 3, 2, 1. The sun has been fusing hydrogen into helium and hence providing us with its radiant energy for 4.5 billion years. And it is expected to continue to do so for another 3 to 4 billion years more.
4. While the Romance family illustrates well the concept of a language family, it's also highly unusual in that the ancestral language Latin was a written language that has left us with copious records.
Okay, not bad. So you had some problems with pausing here. And notice the word in that. In that is a little bit more formal, but it has the same meaning as because. Okay, let's read it together again. 3, 2, 1. While the Romance family illustrates well the concept of a language family, it is also highly unusual in that the ancestral language, Latin, was a written language that has left us copious records.
5. The location of the nostrils allows the platypus to breathe while the rest of the body remains under the water surface.
I think you're okay here. So again, you're focusing on the success A. And let's go back to the pairs of words in this exercise. Okay, I keep getting lost when I do that. So, okay, let's not worry about that. Okay, let's keep going.
The wealth of scientific data accumulated during these space flights validate apparent similarities between the effect of space flights and aging. Glenn will be
Let me listen to this one more time. Hold on.
The wealth of scientific data accumulated.
Usually we'll say data, not data, but I think if you're in England it's okay, but I would probably say the wealth of scientific data
during these space flights validate apparent similarities between the effect of space flights and aging.
So I think you're having some trouble with your blending here. The effects of. You have the S here. This is the same thought group, so the S needs to blend with the first vowel of the next word. The effects of.
Glenn will be a test subject for a specific.
A test subject. Test. Pronounce that T with more air. Test.
Investigations which mimic the effect of aging, including loss of muscle mass and bone density, disrupted sleep patterns, a depressed immune system, and loss of balance.
All right. So let's read this one together. 3, 2, 1. The wealth of scientific data accumulated during these space flights validate apparent similarities between the effects of space flight and aging. Glenn will be a test subject for specific investigations which mimic the effect of aging, including loss of muscle mass and bone density, disrupted sleep patterns, a depressed immune system, and loss of balance. Notice, Saba, when we have items in a series, A, for example, we have the effects of aging, rising tone, including loss of muscle mass and bone density, rising tone again, disrupted sleep patterns, rising tone, a depressed immune system, rising tone, and then when you get to the last item in the series, the tone needs to drop. Okay, now you're going to, it looks like a practice test. You're redoing one of the ones that you did before, am I right? And one of the things that you're trying to do here is to better connect what you do in the beginning with what happens in the middle or the body of your response.
When preparing for an exam, I prefer to study with a group rather than alone because there will be less distraction and more contribution.
Okay, so there's less distraction and more contribution. These are the 2 points. I'm looking to see these points restated in the body of your speech along with examples, and the examples need to relate back to these 2 ideas.
Studying with a group will help me pay full attention, so I won't be distracted easily by irrelevant things.
Good. So you'll have fewer distractions. That seems to tie back to what you're saying.
Such as thinking about preparing a meal for my family, cleaning the house, or even answering and making phone calls. Secondly, when I study with a group, I will share ideas. I remember one day I had an anatomy.
I would probably say I would be able to share ideas with the group, but share is a synonym for the word contribute, right? So I think it works. So far, both of your key points in the body of the speech, they tie back to the two ideas you mentioned in your topic statement.
Test, and I had difficulty remembering all the names. Then one of the groups suggested that we create acronyms, and that contribution helped us.
Now good, you didn't use the word contribution by mistake. You did that to make it connect better back to the beginning of your speech.
Helped us a lot to pass the test, and that's why I feel this way. One of the groups suggested that we create acronyms, and that
I would say acronyms. Acronyms.
contribution helped us a lot to pass the test, and that's why I feel this way.
Okay, I think you're in pretty good shape here. Let's take a look at the rubrics. Okay, let me click on them. I'm going to go to the independent speaking task. Here we go. Okay, so you had, looks like with delivery, there was maybe the one word acronyms, but for the most part, I don't think there were any major problems understanding your ideas here. Language use, you had pretty good control, I think, of both your vocabulary and your grammar. And with your topic development, I will give you, I think you did well in that area. You had a better connection between your topic statement and the key points in your response, and you gave examples to help illustrate your ideas, and you did it in about 45 seconds. So I think you put everything together that you needed to. So on this one, I don't like to give 26 points out of 30 because it's really tough to get that score, but in my opinion, I think you would get 26 on this. Maybe your only weakness might be intonation. You know, work on varying your tone more than what you're doing right now. That's probably the only thing that I would suggest based on your response. So this is a very strong response, and good work.